This video is brought to you by the Parametric Technology Corporation.
Do you like it?
Do I like it? I love it. Is it really a prime computer?
Do you know about them?
Know about them? I've seen them on Gallifrey in the constellation of Castorberus. Ha ha! At last, I'm up to date.
Would you like to be introduced?
It's terribly interactive.
Interactive? You mean immediate response?
Immediate.
Okay, Prime. How long's my scarf?
Well, it's not that impressive.
What? In 7 computer languages and 5 protocols?
Protocols?
Yes. That's how it talks to other computers.
Talks to other computers.
Well, of course it does. It's a prime. You're gonna be all right, kid.
Happy New Year to you all! EB3R Plus here, and today I got a good one to start my, if not your, 2025. Today we're talking about the Doctor. For those of you that are unaware, Doctor Who is a British franchise that started in 1963 with the airing of An Unearthly Child, the first Doctor Who story. Of course, we here in the States didn't get to see anything until the mid to late 70s. The show ended in 1989 but was brought back in 2005, promptly bringing the Doctor into the 21st century.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
Now you might be wondering who the Doctor is. Well, in the simplest terms, he's a time traveler from the planet Gallifrey who travels in his TARDIS, a cylindrical transportation machine that is stuck looking like a 60s police box that's bigger on the inside. If you're wondering how he's still around, it's because he has the power of regeneration, meaning if he's hurt or dying, he can turn into a new body. There have been 15 incarnations of the Doctor as of this video's publishing. 16 if you count the War Doctor, hell, 17 if you count the Fugitive Doctor. And the Doctor's had a lot of enemies to deal with over the past 60 plus years, including Daleks, Cybermen, Oods, Zygons, Weeping Angels, those weird baby-faced creatures from Series 1. Yeah, it's a weird show, basically. Now you might be wondering how I became a Doctor Who fan or Whovian. Well, the answer's pretty simple. It was through Lego Dimensions, of course.
What did you do to us?
Is he always like this, Wild Style?
Try to keep up here, people. You know, for the longest time, I've always been a fan of the third Doctor, John Pertwee. Suave, sophisticated, and a black belt in Venusian Aikido.
Venusian Aikido, gentlemen. I do hope I haven't hurt you.
But over time, I've started to like other incarnations of the Doctor in their own unique way.
What's wrong with Unsinkable?
Nothing, as the iceberg said to the Titanic. Glip, 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 glip.
For example, I like the 12th Doctor because of his personality and because he's about as awkwardly social as I am.
I'm very sorry for your loss. I'll do all I can to solve the death of your friend/family member/pet.
But today, we're talking about the 8th Doctor and the infamous TV movie of which he appears in. Trust me, this movie takes place during New Year's. It makes perfect sense. Released in 1996, this was meant to be a backdoor pilot for an American series, but it didn't do well here. It's warned. I gained 5.6 million views on Fox. But at least it did better in the UK, and it won a Saturn Award for Best Television Presentation, sharing the spotlight with another Fox event, Blue Harvest. And this was during the Wilderness years, a period of time throughout the 90s and early 2000s where the show was dormant. This included a 30th anniversary special for Children's in Need, a Red Nose Day special in 99 that I guess predict that the 13th Doctor would be a woman, and of course, this movie. So, let's see why we Americans didn't give this incarnation of the Doctor the love he deserved. Seriously, this better be good or my name is Harry Sullivan.
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!
This is Doctor Who, the television movie. First, the film tells us exactly what happened to the Master after the end of the series. Kinda.
He demanded that I, the Doctor, a rival Time Lord, should take his remains back to our home planet, Gallifrey.
I took a look at the wiki and turns out that this isn't even the same Master that we saw at the end of the series. Turns out, according to one of the Virgin books, he escaped from the Cheetah Planet and got a new regeneration cycle. Once he was fixed, A shot him, causing the regeneration that would, in fact, be the one that we see in this opening. Alrighty then. We then get an amazing rendition of the Doctor Who theme as composed by John Debney. We then see the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, near the end of his portrayal. And as far as I'm concerned,
You ain't seen nothing yet.
they unknowingly saved the best for last. Okay, the Doctor reading H.G. Wells was a pretty good reference. That's score 1 for Fox. Unfortunately, the Master had other plans. No! No, not the tea! This makes the TARDIS go all candy wampus as he lands in Chinatown, San Francisco on this specific date. Sorry, I must have put on Mortal Kombat Annihilation by mistake. And as soon as he steps out of the TARDIS, the Doctor gets shot down.
Timing malfunction.
Look, Doctor, I know you're dying, but this is no time for wibbly-blobbly, timey-wimey jibber-jabber. The Doctor is taken to a nearby hospital where he undergoes heart surgery. Did I mention yet that this guy has 2 hearts?
That's strange.
What?
Deja vu, where am I?
Subclavian.
I should be in the brachiocephalic.
Not unless this man's a donkey.
Hey, how dare you make fun of that? He's a British man. Unfortunately, the operation is botched and the Doctor dies. An untimely end for this incarnation of the Doctor. That night at the morgue, the Doctor regenerates into Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor, which naturally scares the heck out of the security guard.
God, no!
Yes, Doctor, humming will certainly try to calm you down. The Doctor soon takes a look in the mirrors and asks the big question on his mind. Okay, we're 25 minutes into the movie. I think it's a good time to say this, but the amnesia takes most of the runtime of the movie. Usually, the Doctor's amnesia lasts around a few hours, or as long as the rights allow, but here it takes up a concerning amount of movie time. But hey, at least we'll get some comedy out of it later, right? Oh, and the Master takes over this guy's body, played by Eric Roberts. The next day, the Chinese-American teenager that brought the Doctor to the hospital, played by Yi Ji-so, takes a look at what he left behind, including the sonic screwdriver, as the Doctor finds his new fit. Later on, the Doctor returns to the hospital to encounter the woman that he saw during the operation during Dr. Grace Holloway, played by Daphne Ashbrook, who resigned from the hospital for what happened that night.
What is this? What is it? Please. I have 2 hearts. You have to get me out of here before they kill me again.
It can't be.
Way to put 2 and 2 together there, Grace. Later at her house, the Doctor starts to remember stuff from his surroundings, including Da Vinci and Pacini.
I remember. I was with Pacini before he died.
Name drop.
I was.
Shh. Oh my god.
You say that's no echo. He died before he could finish Turando. Alfano finished it based on his notes. It was so sad.
You have 2 hearts.
Meanwhile, Chain Lee, yes, that's his name, takes a look inside the TARDIS. And like everyone else, he too is surprised that it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Is it? I noticed.
It is here where he meets the Master, who asks Lee to help him out.
You've stolen my body, and I will die unless we bring him back here.
Well, what's in it for me?
You get to live.
That's pretty harsh, but then again, he did die half-cat.
What about him?
He, of course, explains to Lee his past with the Doctor and offers him $2 billion in gold dust to help him recover his body.
Gold dust?
You get the rest when I get my body back.
That night, the Doctor and Grace take a walk in the park, and he starts to remember where he came from.
Gallifrey! Yes, this must be where I live. Now, where is that?
I've never heard of it. What do you remember?
A meteor storm, the sky above us was dancing with lights. Purple, green, brilliant yellow, yes!
What?
These shoes! They fit perfectly. Yes.
Meanwhile, Lee and the Master find the TARDIS's biggest power, the Eye of Harmony. Not the first time it's been shown, and it definitely won't be the last. Once the eye is open, the Doctor finally remembers who he is, and he bravely kisses Grace. Alright. Of course, once the Doctor explains what's currently happening, she doesn't believe him at all and runs back to her home. And to prove that the eye is open, he shows that reality is starting to bend.
By midnight tonight, this planet will be pulled inside out. There will be nothing left.
I think you better make that 2 bits.
Grace, can you take this seriously? The world is ending!
Flood warnings have gone out along the Napa and Russian rivers, and believe it or not, in Hawaii, it has even started snowing. Now, you may be wondering what this has to do with the millennium. Scientists say that the freak conditions are due to the very slight fluctuations in the Earth's gravitational pull. Fluctuations that apparently only happen once every 1,000 years.
Ah, so this was Y2K.
Here's what our cameras in Hawaii saw.
I love humans.
The Doctor finds out that there's an atomic clock at the San Francisco Institute of Technological Advances and Research, and the Master is here to bring them there. The traffic jam occurs, and they make a break for it once they find out that he's bringing them there.
Back to your vehicle.
What? He's British.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Well, he is from Liverpool.
Jelly baby, officer?
Jelly baby?
Yeah, it's like a Sour Patch Kid, but without the malic acid.
Now, would you stand aside before I shoot myself?
Okay, that was pretty funny. That's score 2 for Fox. No, actually, you know what? Make it 3 for the spin in the ambulance earlier.
Did you know Madame Curie too?
Intimately.
She kissed as good as me?
As well as you.
The Master chases the two town as they make their way to the Institute.
Grace says that you have a big secret. What is it?
I'm half human. On my mother's side.
Oh yeah, I forgot they tried to make him half human. Big oof. Well, they were wrong, as the Doctor was played by a human throughout the franchise, but other than that, that was just dumb. Just dumb.
Now can I see what's in your hand, sir?
Ah, clever. Our dynamic duo escapes the clock and take a ride back to the TARDIS. The eye's closed, but because it was open for too long, they decide to jumpstart the TARDIS.
We jumpstart the TARDIS.
We jumpstart the TARDIS.
But the Master takes control of Grace and knocks him out, taking him straight to the eye.
I always dress for the occasion.
All seems lost as it gets closer to midnight, But the Doctor convinces Lee that the Master lied to him, thus killing him off. Yikes. And using Grace, the eye is reopened as the transfers of lives begins.
This can't be how it ends.
You're right, it can't. As Grace jumpstarts the TARDIS by herself right at the last second. Once in temporal orbit, Grace gets knocked out cold, the Master is freed, and the Master said sucked into the Eye of Harmony, bring Grace and Lee back to life. Now, look, I know I rushed the climax of the movie, but every review I'm gonna make won't be as long as you think it would be.
That's what she said. No time, but she did. No time!
After a slight hiccup, they managed to return home right at the start of the millennium.
Lee, next Christmas, take a vacation. Just don't be here.
Right. Thanks. Thanks, Doctor.
I wonder what Lee is up to now. Maybe we'll find out in another trailer for the collection. Then the Doctor and Grace share a kiss by the fireworks and they go their separate ways.
Thank you, Doctor.
No, thank you, Doctor.
Ah, bloomin' romances. What a way to end the movie.
Oh no, not again.
And that was the Doctor Who movie. And to answer the Doctor's question of,
where to next?
Well, that's a bit complicated. While an American Doctor Who series was never brought to life, McGann's portrayal of the Doctor would go on to appear in the Big Finish audiobooks, where the story continues.
The title you chose, Doctor, it means teacher, it means tutor, whereas I am a master. It's only the scale of our ambition that separates us.
What are you saying? You'd like to have been a doctor, but you didn't have the patience.
Soon he would appear in a mini-episode during the franchise's 50th anniversary called Night of the Doctor, where he regenerates into the War Doctor, and would appear in the 2022 special Power of the Doctor.
I don't do robes.
There's always one. Has to be different.
I am a manifestation of our consciousness. I can wear what I like.
Can we just focus on this, whatever this is?
As for the movie, it's interesting. I don't know, what do you want me to say? Now, I can't say it was bad, but I can't say it was good either. There's a good chance you'll get as confused as Grace, if this is how you're introduced to the franchise. But even if you're a long-time Whovian, what exactly would you make of it? For the sake of clarity, it has its moments, but that's all it has. I can say that it had plenty of reasons that you wish you had your own TARDIS, so you didn't have to wait for the new Who. But hey, I have a ton more movies to talk about while I'm here on YouTube, so there's a good chance I'll get as crazy as Sylvester McCoy on the set of Survival.
You stay still, you idiots! I don't know how many times I gotta tell you not to move! You moved! You moved!
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, then remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you really want to, hit that notification bell please, it would mean the world to me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.